Okay, you're sitting down? You're sitting down? Okay, so I'm going to talk about Sonic Underground again. This time it's going to be a little shorter, but something's been bugging me. I was basically glued to my TV as a child in the 90s and 2000s. I was a bit of an awkward, autistic kid, I had trouble making friends, so, I loved cartoons and everything. There were very rarely cartoons I didn't know about. Animaniacs, Beast Wars, Transformers, yada yada. Even Bonkers, that stupid Wild World of Tex Avery show that has nothing to do with Tex Avery. We'll talk about that in a later vid. So, as an adult who remembers who he was as a lad, how did Sonic Underground fly on past me? Granted, it aired on, the UPN, and I don't think they really, aired kids' blocks that much. If they did, they weren't very popular. It's like the Kids WB, Fox Kids, they ruled the airwaves. And even so, with that syndication and everything, it could have syndicated to other networks. Once again, I had no idea. Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog, Sonic SatAM, those were burned into my mind watching them. My dad read the frickin' storybooks. That one awesome one where Bunny Rabbit goes into the machine and turns into a rabbit and is like, hey, I'm a robot rabbit. Let's fight crime. Hell yeah. Sonic Underground. I knew nothing. No one I knew about it. No one I knew online talked about it. Because, young Mick with 9, he actually understood how the internet worked. So, I talked to weirdos online. Haha. Meaning, from what I can surmise, this show was horribly advertised. Horribly advertised, so bad. I remember, the McDonald's anniversary from, the 90s or something. They had, a bunch of little toys featuring a bunch of little cartoons and everything. And they made a Sonic commercial for McDonald's featuring Jaleel White in the animated version from Adventures of Sonic. They actually advertised the character there, and it was good advertising. Good. Underground, though, nobody knew about it for the most part, unless they knew that the UPN aired things other than reruns of The Simpsons, because that's the only thing I remember the UPN was like as a kid. That's acknowledging the fact that the UPN did have actual original programming of it. But no kid knew about that. We were children. What are we watching UPN stuff for? Just show me The Simpsons. No disrespect to anyone as a kid who, actually liked the original UPN programming in the 90s. You may exist. I don't know. It's a big, wacky world. So, weird cartoon that barely connects to Sonic SatAM. Weird cartoon that barely connects to Sonic Adventure, at all, which is the first Sonic the game to have dialogue and plot. And to top it all off, aired on a network with no advertisement at all. And here's the weird thing. Sonic went to DiC for a cartoon. They wanted this cartoon to exist to advertise their failure of a system. Their amazing system that failed tragically, but that's neither here nor there. So, and one could say this is Sega's fault because maybe they just only financed the system but not the advertisements for it. Or maybe they just didn't have the advertisements on everywhere in America, East Coast. I never saw commercials for it. Either way, Sonic SatAM lasted at least 2 seasons, with Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog beside it with 65 episodes. Sonic Underground ended at merely 40. That sounds smart all, but you look at the combined episodes of SatAM and Adventures, and that's 70, 90 episodes of television. They lasted, even more than twice as long. And I can't prove it, but I think that this media decision might have been a precursor to the Sega mandates that would be overextended to Western Sonic media, such as Archie Comics and IDW, going from just making adaptations of Sonic with no regulation to adaptations of Sonic with too much regulations. Looking at you, IDW mandate that makes Shadow the Hedgehog a jerk. Just something to think about when it comes to Sonic Underground. I'm gonna talk about Sonic X next.